nhớ trong này chính tiếng cha mông thế này sẽ đầu thế ít trồng phong trồng dư thế cho này cho gì sẽ nu nó cú giờ thay va cú giờ cho nên là gì ít tu và mông ít tu phong dư cú cho nên là gì nữ cho cú còn nữ khen nữ khưng nữ chỉ phụ rồi này sẽ đầu nu nó cú cho nữ là thả nó mà mỗi khó chân chân hàng do là thả hay cho đầu bây giờ cứ tiếng cha mông và nhớ là hậu vắt thămกระบอกvà lỡ lu van lung chùa và lỡ cho bát trà nó trâu khơiไอ้เจ้าเนี่ยนู่นนอเขามัวได้ชีถือสีที่ลู่หนึ่งยาตอนได้นอเขามัวอยากได้ชีว่าไปตูมงอีตูพงยืนยาไทยเต้นอหรือมัวลู่หอบเพียเราป้าเราเฉลยยังเรียนนอกูเจ้าในบุญชีหนึ่งLadies and gentlemen, I like to introduce that is Xuwicha Heranprueck. So nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you again.
And first of all, I am very honored today to be able to sit in front of you and shake your hand. And I'd like you to introduce yourself a little bit to the history and making today for the Hmong people. And please tell us a little bit about your name and a little briefly about your personal life or maybe about you.
My name is Xuwicha Heranprueck, but I'm mostly known as Noi or P Noi to the Hmong people because General Wang Pao calls me that name. My name is too long, so we cut the crap. My father, Dr. Suchit Heranprueck, was a friend of General Wang Pao through our associate, Mr. Daniel C. Arnold, who was the chief of station of the CAA in Vientiane in 1973. At the signing of the Paris Agreement, the agency were fading out of the anti-communist paramilitary activities, and everything came to a standstill. There was a lot of good feeling at that time that war is over and we need a new life. I was in the last year of Thammasat University in Bangkok when my father asked me to accompany him to come to a place in Laos
that you never know.
That I never knew, and he doesn't know either, because he was told by his friend Mr. Arnold that we had a mining company, okay, a mineral exploration and mining company. And so he said, would you like to come along? I said, sure, I drive you. So we drove to Udon, and when we get to Udon, we were told to go to the airport, and then there's a guy, an American guy, meeting us at the airport, brought us to a special plane, and then we flew.
From Bangkok?
From Udon.
From Udon.
And then we landed. I remember the skyline, I said to my father, skyline here. He said, yeah. So we landed. The first person who greeted me was Jerry Daniels, Hawk, or Mr. Hawk. His
nickname.
Was the code name was Mr. Hawk, and he was the special officer, case officer of General Wang Pao from the CIA. And so he drove us to General Wang Pao's house, and I pointed to my father, that's General Wang Pao, father. He said, no, I know. I said, why didn't you tell me we're coming here? So we sat with General Wang Pao that afternoon in 1973, and he said that now the war is over, could you help us to look at the prospect of the mineral, gold, silver, iron, copper, and other thing that his people, the Hmong people, and that's when I heard first the Hmong.
Before that, you heard?
I heard the male, So so he said the Hmong people. Oh, so I said okay, Hmong people. I was a young 23 years old.
I was going to ask.
Yeah,
you
right.
were 23
and
years old.
I was 23 years old. I was in school, and he said that we need to have this exploration. So can you help us? And my father said, yes, of course. This is what we do all day long. So we had a geologist and a mining engineer with us. both of them professors in Chulalongkorn University.
Oh.
So we the next day we flew around to see the reported site, you know, and then after one day of going to about 8-9 places, we had a meeting and we concluded to General at dinner that there's a good prospect for iron, you know, for it's a very big iron deposit for sure, because our geological terrain and the sampling that we did and could be gold.
Positive result.
Yeah, and then he had some samples of gold and silver, of course, and we said that because this is we suspect that there was a very big iron deposit, which some of the seams come the gold and the silver in many cases of the geology. So we started, and then we were flown next 2 days to Vientiane and met with Mr. Arnold. He said, "What would you like to take the job?" And we said, my father said, "Sure." And that's when we started. And 2 weeks later, I led a team of the 2 or 3 geologists first in the beginning, and also the support team to come and plan. Because in doing the iron deposit study, we need to have what we call geophysics. So when I reached, Jerry greeted me again, and he said that, okay, I'm going to introduce General Vang Pao already to Colonel Vang Je. Tu Phu was his aide-de-camp, and Colonel Tu Phu and Colonel Vang Je, who was the commanding officer of the Special Battalion for Development that General Vang Pao created. I was told to report to him, so I reported to him. I was preparing, and I moved there. So
You lived there?
I dropped my university because it's so interesting. You know, I landed one young boy from Bangkok. You know, never seen rough life, and I landed there, and hundreds of airplanes around, and you know, and a lot of people, and
that roughly in
1973, late, late 73, and I think it was cold, so it must have been in October,
November.
73, November 73, and we start laying down a plan, and I was there for the first was about 2 weeks to put everything together, and we start bringing in the geologists. And during that Christmas New Year pause, I went to Bangkok and recruited more people. And so we recruited more people to start what we call the geology classes, which we have all the field officers that work for the sky, for CAA, who speaks good English, good Thai, and know how to read maps and all that. You know, Lucky, Wang Nia, Yang Lu, Yang Si, Gu Sao, Wang Leng, and Yang Long, Ju Tao, and about a dozen of them.
A dozen more.
Yes, and then so we created a school because we have to teach them first how to start investigation and things like that. And we also laid out a big plan for the geophysical study.
So let's make that short.
Yeah.
That's my next thing that we would really like to know.
Yes.
About you, is it how you? I know now we know a little bit how you start the relationship with the
right. So when
I
had to report to General Vang Pao almost every day, what's the progress? You know, and so we were flying out to see investigation, and as I remember, it's about the second week I was there, and he came to pick me up for breakfast. You know, at 7 I was.
So you live in Longchan?
I live in Longchan. I live up the Parasawang, the palace, and there's a small guest house, and I live below the palace, and then we use that as our
School.
School. Now school is different place, but this is our resident and planning. And he came up and picked us up and said, "Oh, would you come with me?" I said, "Sure." You know, and so I start flying with him, and it become a daily thing. So he would take me to Muang Txa, he would take me places everywhere, and he said, "I like you. You know, you are young, you are energetic, and could you do things for me?" I said, "Of course I will do things for you." And our relationship started there at the beginning of 1974.
Let's move you forward.
Yeah.
Since we understand that you have very short time in America
right.
as well. So let's start a little bit here. Go on now. Tell us very brief what happened after the war. What is your role?
Well,
How did you help?
since I was when my project, the first project ended, and General Wang Pao said, "Don't go back. You stay with me." So I was starting doing things with General Wang Ju and Jerry. To lay down the waterworks and building pig farm, chicken farm, all kinds of development things, and acted as he was giving me a lot of trust because I also took care of the widows, the XIONG, the people with cripples and all the veterans affairs. There's a lot of things that go behind the scene, okay? How we raised the money because the budget was cut already from the government.
By 1974.
By 1974, there's no war anymore. So we had to do a lot of creative things like changing money, this, that, to raise enough to give it to the widows.
So you guys work very hard.
Oh yeah, we work all day long. We work from morning 7 o'clock to late at night, every day.
So let's take you jump right into after the war in Thailand.
Yeah. Anyway,
what did you do in Thailand?
When the end of 1975 came, I mean the
end of the war.
No, not the end of the war. Actually, the new war was starting.
Okay. I like that.
When we were attacked in Salapukun in April 1975, I accompanied General as always to the front. This time to the front, and remember, I'm not a soldier, okay? And I after seeing the advances of the Vietnamese troops, this time I said to General, I said, "I don't think that the American will support us anymore." You know, he said that, yeah. And so when we were two of us together, he said that I don't trust the situation. And I think it was on the 5th of May. He said, "You better go down to Na Hai Dio, to his house and you know, I was close to all the family." And he said, "Start moving my family out to Udon. I think we have to leave, you know." So there are many options as well. So I started to take the first refugee, which was General Wang Pao's family, out of Laos on the 7th of May 1975. And we start flying what we call the high-risk people, like the family of the colonels and everybody out, you know, quite openly now by that time. And General resigned from the service, and there was a big demonstration in Vientiane, and we were you know, everything came out very short, abruptly. So we knew that we had to take him out, and we have to bring him out. So I was sent to Udon, and I never returned to Long Chien again until today.
And that's it.
That's it.
So when you come to Udon, very quick.
I had to organize. I had to organize all the hotel rooms, the rental houses. So I organized the place to accommodate.
How about Nam Pong? Talk a little bit about Nam Pong.
On the 10th of May, Mr. Arnold called me, and I went to see him in Vientiane, and he said that it's final, everything, we gotta leave. So we are making arrangement now. So we were discussing this with Colonel Bill Riedel, who was the commander of the CIA operation in Udon, and the local counterpart of the Thai military unit. So we had a discussion, and I suggested that we move to Nampong because we won't have enough place in because there were I already have the report that time there were thousands of people on the tarmac. And so therefore I will speak about this later today too.
Sure.
But we chosen Nampong because it was a training camp, one of the 2 training camps the CIA had for the irregulars. There were the volunteers that were going to Laos, and so we imported Colonel Bill Riddell imported the camps, the tents from Okinawa. We call Okinawa, and we had the big the C-141 at that time, flying in all the field tents, you know, in Nampong, and we were organizing that. In the same time, every day we were having airlifts of using C-47 and C-46. And small plane, Barons, Cessna, everything. You know, we were coming in, and my job was to feed those people.
Where did you get the money to feed them?
Oh, of course, Jerry allocated already. You know, that time we still on the General Wang Pao's money was all of his money was with me. You know, we had.
Did you have to use General Wang Pao own money or the money
both? He authorized quite a lot of money for accommodating everything.
Okay, that's what we want to know
yeah,
too.
Right. Yeah, General Wang Pao was. Yeah, he said that go buy things. You know, I have an account that I was carrying his doing most of his finance by that time. You know, so I knew that he didn't have much, but he authorized me. He said go buy rice, go rent a house and this, but then I talked to Jerry, and Jerry also. We had also funds to buy everything, you know, to buy. Sometimes it's my own money was still paid under the payroll, so we don't care. We just get things done. Just made sure that we had water. You know, at that time there's no water. We just have to make the plastic bag with water and Coke and whatever. Yeah. So
now,
we accommodated. We got the first C-130 flights, which is bunch of people, and the second C-130 flight went straight to on the 14th of May to Nampong, and then we later transported them slowly to Nampong too, because they were living in a hangar at Udon Air Base, bunch of people, 400 something. And for the people we airlifted earlier, we put them in hotels and everywhere, and so the airlifted ended in May 14, 1975, but the land people start coming in. So we were going out to Nong Khai every day. You know, we have a team, Vang Nia, Yang Lu, Yang Si, Vang Leng, and all these field officers. They were not living with their family in Nampong. They were living with me and Jerry in Udon Air Base. So we were doing that for a month at least, you know. So therefore, I stayed on until October 1975 in Udon. Okay, in campus and off the base. Later.
Due to time constraint today, and we know we're going to hear a lot from you today, which we will record. What I like to bring you to is 40 years later.
Yes.
Almost 40 years later, when General Wang Pao passed away, and we met you.
Yes.
And you came to say goodbye.
Yes.
To your old boss, to your best friend.
And my father.
And your father.
Yeah, my second father.
Now, right now, it's 2015.
Yes.
5 years later, or more than 5 years later, after General Wang Pao passed away, you, as the best Hmong friend, you offer to help.
Yes, because I heard
the Hmong people about
this happened. The desegregation of graves were a cross-cultural misunderstanding between the Thai Chinese Foundation and the Hmong people. Okay, the Thai believe that if their grave were left without being tended to, without
people
to tend them, to give them food, to something like this, they would. It is merit making for them to dig them up and burn them so that they can go to heaven. So there will be no remain for the animal to dig and all this. So that's what they believe.
Okay.
They believe, so a lot of people donate money for that. So these foundations were charitable foundation. They were given money to do this.
Okay.
So every year they will go to the remote places where there's cemeteries where no people tended, or when the land reclamation came that they need to be moved out because the highway was built. These people go in, give the best care, take them up, and then clean them, the bone, what they call bone cleaning, and burn them. They probably clean the valuables that goes into the burial with it too. But I don't know. I look at on the bright side, they were trying to do their best.
I see.
But it is opposite of what the Hmong belief was. I heard 8 years ago or something, before General died, because he sent messages to me. But I didn't get it because I was traveling so much at that time to Malaysia and Myanmar. And so and lots of friends called and said, what's going on in Tham Kabok? They were digging up the bodies, So I had other friends stop it, because Mr. Billy Bird, who was the chairman of the Thai Highlanders Foundation after me, I created for 23 years, and Billy took over as a chairman, Billy Bird, until now. So I called Billy sent some lawyers down there, and then we stopped it. Okay, at least we stopped them burning it.
Okay.
So they were kept in two charity foundation now. There are about 200 something bodies. Okay, so that's a couple of years ago that was stopped. And then I got a call from WANGLUE about couple of months back. He and Colonel Wang Neng, the Fakite Wang Neng, came to visit Bangkok, and they mentioned, they said they want to see what's going on. So I said, are you asking me? And he said, yeah. Okay, all right. So the next day I went to Saraburi province. I called. I didn't wait. I called. And when WANGLUE, Cha Seng Wang, was in Bangkok, I took him to see the deputy governor. I said, we probably have to find a solution for this. And the deputy governor pledged, okay, we will help, whatever you can. I released the body because it's mostly in Saraburi, in one foundation. So I was contacted later by WANGLUE again. He said, can you help? I said, sure. What do you want me to do? And we discussed a long time, and VX Vachong, he contacted me.
President Vachong.
President Vachong, he contacted me, and we talked, and I said, in this case, do we need a new place? And he said, yeah, let's take a, that way how we do it. So I said, all right, in this way, I'll look into it.
Okay.
So I called Yang Tua, the Thai Hmong. He's a Hmong Chua. Yang Tua first. Can you find a place? I gave because Cha Seng Wang has a place in Chatakan district, Phetchabun.
Okay.
All right. I said go to Chatakan, Kek Noi, Pa Klang, Nan. Chiang Kam, Chiang Rai, and Chiang Mai itself.
Wow.
Find, and I sent him some expenses to also ask one Mo Chui, he's a Hang Hmong, Thai Hmong also, to go around and see. So they went on a survey about 3 months ago, and they reported. So I sent the report to Vang Chong. and Wachong to see, you know, and then they said, let's come, and they will come. So there's one guy from France, I think he's a Mua Hmong.
Yeah, not sure.
No Shuvu. Yeah, no Shuvu came, and Wachong came, and then and then Wang Thai, Colonel Wang Thai came, and so I organized them to. I called Yang Tua to take them to all these places and to find me the most suitable, and I'll take care of it. Okay, I buy it. I will do this as a gift of my.
Bring my next question before we continue.
Yeah.
So you, as a Hmong friend,
Yes.
you are willing to purchase the land with your own money.
Of course.
And why you do that?
You know, I'm 65 years old. I'm not going to take much of those money away.
Okay.
Okay. And I only have one daughter. I asked my daughter, I said that if we allow this to go on, it will never end. All right. Somebody got to put the foot down, and there got to be also that there shouldn't be any donation or anything like this. I'm capable. I still got my arm, my leg. I got some little money. So as the token of remembrance, especially to General Vang Pao, I would do this. And when I went to Minnesota a couple of months back, I spoke to Colonel Wang Thai and other people. I said, I buy it. This is not so going to be too much money. And I give my, what you call, it's, or else it's not going to be done. If you're going to wait for money to come in,
donate it somewhere,
forget about it. Forget about it.
Okay.
You do it later, right?
Okay.
You do it after I deliver this token of friendship from the Thai people to the Hmong people, not mine alone, because we're going to have a lot of help from the local Thai Hmong, also local Thai people, and also many of other officers and Thai government also will have to be involved, because you have to understand, to move the bodies from one place to another is no joke.
No joke.
Let
We understand.
alone 200 something bodies. Okay, this is big deal. You got to have a good license. You have to, and also when you bury, you need a cemetery license.
Right.
You cannot just bury anywhere. You know, they will allow tribal people to do it sometime, and when they get dug up, they said, oh, "I'm sorry, there's no license." You know, so like this case.
This case has to be everything properly done.
So this is got to be properly done. I know this. Yeah, I'm an old Thai. I know this. I know I've been involved with this long time ago, and so I said, better me do it, and I will. I forbade. I told to all these friends, no donation. My gift.
Wow.
If I run money, I will borrow and do this, because also I leave this world clean. I want to dedicate this to my Hmong father, General Vang Pao, who we have a lot, and many of my Hmong friends. You know, my like people like my comrades,
Your comrades.
Jerry Daniels, everybody. You know, these are all my friends, my very deep friend that we knew in my best time of my life. I grew up in Long Chen. Okay, my mind opened in Long Chen.
23 years old.
Yeah,
Start
23 years old. What do you expect? I landed there, and you know, in the place full of excitement, and at that time, hope. We were hoping that we will reconstruct again in Long Chen. Okay, we were hoping we're going to have the biggest iron mine in Southeast Asia. You know, so that's those kind of thing. I'm willing to complete this task, and I hope to God that I can complete it. Okay, and I have good help, because I went to Chiang Kham district, the place that this gentleman
that's my
has
next
chosen.
question would be, so to the location right now, you have a few locations.
Yes, we have candidates, and then after the inspection trip, they came and reported to me that Rong San, Chiang Kham is the best. So we did, and I went to Chiang Kham 3 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, and talked to the district officer. And then I told the district officer, please do they have chosen one land, please check if it is in the land, the village of the Mien people. Yes, so he just reported to me a few days ago that they are not happy about it.
Okay.
So I said, go find another one. I sent the deposit money, and I said, if you have a good place, 10 rai, which is about 4 acres at least, put the deposit, I'll come back and buy it. And then we will get the public hearing again to complete a complete public hearing. Without public hearing, without the complete okay from the villagers, they cannot issue license. Okay, so therefore, it's in the process right now. And my fallback is that there's an old cemetery already from the camp, the refugee camp that you can
Chiang Kham
refugee camp. Next door, there's already a very big 4-rai cemetery. So next to that is going to be quite simple to do.
That's
a fallback. Yeah, that's a fallback. So whatever it is,
it's going to be in that area.
It will be in Chiang Kham. The reason I chose that the committee has chosen Chiang Kham because it's a tribal area. And it's the district office has the policy to promote the unity among the tribes. So therefore, there's a tribal festivities 8 times a year among the 8 tribes there. Songkran, New Year, and all this kind. Yeah, Kin Chiang, No Chiang, everything. Yao Mong, yeah.
So should I call you Noi?
Yes, Noi. Yes.
All we heard is about Pi Noi.
Yes.
Or Noi.
Noi. Yeah.
Let me ask you the last question is.
Yes.
What do you hope for this project to accomplish, and what do you hope for Hmong generation, children and Hmong in general, for helping make this happening?
Most important is that apart from the local type Hmong public hearing, I want also the families of the affected family to agree to the sites. So we'll send all the information and Mo Shui again to look at it. And finally, I hope to complete this in a month after my return. This return, when I'll go straight there. I'll get it organized. I hope that they will accept it. Then we can process all the paperwork, all the cemetery licenses, the permits to move from those 2 foundations here. And we will have to figure out what is the best way that will give them the best treatment, spiritually. Yes.
So, very last thing.
Yeah.
Can you say something to the Hmong people as a Hmong friend, as General Vang Pao adopted son, and now that you are willing to give part of your heart-saving life donation, not just donate, as a gift to the Hmong people.
It's a gift.
And I'd like you to say something to the Hmong people.
I want everybody to understand that cross-cultural differences are very important. Some people think that they make merit. Some people think that it's desegregation. But it happened in Thailand. I'm a Thai. I would like to make this a token of forgiveness also. So the differences will go away, I hope. That you don't hold no grudge against Thailand, against the people who dig up the bodies and all this. They meant well. And I think this is the least I can do. And I hope that this becomes the symbol of the friendship of the Thai people and the Hmong people forever. And people will remember General Vang Pao. People will remember the friendship that we have between the Hmong people and the Thai people. I would like to name this, if you don't mind, Nok Udel, which is the General Vang Pao code name. The white star.
Nok
Udel. Yes, Nok Udel.
Okay.
Yeah, I always
star.
call him Nok Udel sometimes behind his back. And we call him BP or Nok Udel.
Okay.
Yeah. His real code was Nok Udel 125. Yeah. But so we'll call it the Nok Udel Cemetery, so that it will be remembered. It is non-politics, definitely. It's cultural also. I hope that everybody forgive me if I made something wrong or say something wrong, or we will do the best. We will try to do our best. WANGLUE will help me at the end of this year to also put things together, and many other Hmong friends will come and get this done. The chairman, Vashong, will all do his best. At this point, please, no donation necessary, okay? And until we got everything set, and I will deliver this to you guys.
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We're going to see you there.
You do the best.
Yeah.